What is going on, Internet? Welcome to episode 28 of the Summit Podcast, where we share with you all the latest and greatest gaming, anime, and pop culture news, saving you all the time finding yourself. Today, it is Razor SAS bringing you in, and before I even introduce myself and my fellow amazing co-hosts, we have one important PTA. Let's have a moment of silence for our boy, Rich Homie Quan, who has recently passed away. Rest in peace. Oh my, make me feel some type of way. Oh my goodness. So let's shout out to the man.
No jokes. It's Rich Homie Quan, bro. No jokes.
It's all right, bro. He'd laugh at it, so I get
that is true. He would laugh.
So look, man, respect. Shout out to him. Rest in peace. To an amazing creator. And I wish I could say an amazing person, but I didn't keep up with his personal life that much. I don't know if anyone else can chime in and give a little bit of a better eulogy to the artist. I'm guessing that's a no, but it's okay because we're giving out our respects regardless. So, if you were a fan, or even if you weren't a fan, just check out his music or something. Throw a little money his way for the last time, a little views, a little listens, because hopefully I'll help out the family, soften the blow, and also just introduce you to an amazing artist who just happened to have passed. So with that out of the way, back to the usual, right? I am bringing this in today, Razor SAS, as I said. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube. You ain't gonna find too much content there right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm working on it. All right. On to other things. Let me welcome our other co-hosts. First off, let's introduce you to your boy Ashy, the shark catcher himself.
That shark.
How you doing?
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. I did catch a shark. I didn't get to reel him in. He broke off the line this weekend, but next time we gonna go out there and get him.
A stronger line. That's what I do. Get it off. Yeah.
I do. I had some haters in the Discord. When I showed the picture, that's okay. They gonna hate.
They gonna hate. I thought that's what was good.
Hey, I like this.
They gonna hate. See, y'all see what I do with everything? Look at this.
My bad. Hold on. Address the haters. I don't know if you're done addressing them yet.
I was not done addressing. I had some haters in the Discord. I had JD hating on me. I had High Roller hating on me. Oz was hating on me. Your very own Rain, aka CJ, was hating on me. Matter of fact, since I already mentioned his name, you go ahead and bring that nigga in here too.
Fact checking. I don't think I was hating. I was just wondering why there was no tension on that line, my boy.
That sparked the whole hate session. Yeah, so you was the root cause of that. You planted the seed.
You was grunting with your face, but there was no tension in the poll. There wasn't no curvature on that thing.
Nobody asked you to do the studying of the picture like that. Why you have to pay that close attention? Huh?
I'm sorry. Attention to detail, Marine.
Oh, that's crazy.
Shit. Hey, while they're arguing, let me get that boy that proper introduction. It is Mr. Fact Checker, the monkey on the mountain, ready, climbing the summit, ready to become king. It is your boy Rain, aka CJ. How you doing today?
Hey, it's always a blessing when I'm on this podcast. I'm talking about every time we pop out, we show niggas. So I'm happy to be here.
Like K-Dot.
Like K-Dot, another black musician out there, and we got to start supporting these people while they're here before they just gone. But
we do.
We do. We did lose a good one today.
We did.
All right.
That's true.
And last, but definitely not least, I would call him the king of the mountain, but he's kind of trapped up there, and is a poor soul. But he's on his way back to correct that mistake, so it's not going to be that way for long. I would assume. But I'm going to let him speak more on it himself. It is the almighty Striker. Go ahead and let us know how you doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We learn from our journeys, and that's the whole point of whole point in life, is growth. And I believe each and every day we're growing.
Did you say life is gross?
I said growth. Growth.
Okay.
God,
can be, rear end, brown nosing.
Well, we got a fantastic show for you guys. This might be a long one, it might be a short one. We really don't know where it's gonna go, but it's gonna be a good show regardless. Like your boy Razor said, we want to go ahead and wish a rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. He did die today or yesterday. By the time you're hearing this, it was September 5th. September 5th. September 5th. He died from a bad pill. So everybody that's on them drugs, they got drug problems. We joke over here, but that's not really a joking matter in that sense. We do have some jokes, but drug addiction is not a joke. I want y'all to go ahead and try and seek help if you can. Try and get off them drugs, man, because it's killing people out here. It's killing a lot of people. Anyway, we have a ton of gaming news. This is a rich month for gaming. We're gonna start off. It's so much to talk about because we got movies to talk about today. Apparently, they released the Joker's review. We're gonna get into that. We got Concord controversy. We got Black Ops 6 to talk about. Star Wars Outlaws, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong. We got everything for y'all. So just sit tight. We got something for y'all today. Let me take my Invisalign out because I got like a little lisp. Hold on.
Yeah, I do not miss those days, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually done with them. I thought I was going to bed soon, so I'm like, I'm gonna put them in. They've been in for a few hours. Anyway, Star Wars Outlaws. We're gonna start with our current release games of the month right now. We got Star Wars Outlaws is fresh released. The reviews are in. You know what? Forget the reviews. I've been watching gameplay because I'm not buying this game. I'm not buying it, but I've been watching gameplay, and all of those reviews, I can attest. All of the reviews that I've seen that are supporting this game are bought. I'm gonna say it right now. They're bought. Ubisoft has paid for them. They're bought because everything I've been seeing on the gameplay does not match the energy I'm seeing in these reviews. So all these negative reviews, I don't really like negative reviews on stuff that doesn't deserve it. This deserves it. Every negative review you see on Outlaws, I can say that I've seen it and they match up. This game, no,
Damn,
it is not.
You don't think IGN was being truthful with what they give it, a 7 or something?
They gave it like a 7 or an 8 or some shit. Yeah, no, we don't trust IGN. We despise IGN here on the summit because they're full of shit at all times. They're full of shit.
They gave Ronan
oh my god, they did. That should have been a red flag. That should have been a red flag. Gave Ronan a fucking just crazy. What else did IGN do recently? They tried to what was it? They tried to boycott Black Myth Wukong, one of the best games to come out this year. Isn't that something? Is that a coincidence? I think not. So
I think they also gave like Concord like a 7 or an 8 or something.
They did, and Concord is definitely in the grave, and we'll get to that. But for the new releases, guys, we got Star Wars Outlaws, we got Black Ops 6, the beta. Y'all missed the beta last weekend, August 30th through September 4th, but we have a new open beta. This is for everybody, whether you pre-ordered the game or not. An open beta will be today on the release of this podcast, flowing through Monday, September 9th. So September 6th through September 9th, there's an open beta for Black Ops 6. We've been having a good time on it. I'm not saying it's a good game. I'm just saying we've been having a good time on it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. We got Astrobot is released by the time you hear this episode. And we have Concord, of course, that's released, but by the time you hear this episode, it will be pulled off the shelf.
Unreleased.
So yes, it's been unreleased. So I guess it counts technically in this section for new game releases, but it will be unreleased by the time you hear this episode. I guess let's start with let's just go down the list since we have so much to cover. Let's start with Black Ops 6. I know all of us hopped on the beta together. Like, how are we feeling about Black Ops 6? I want to toss it to Rain because he's probably the one with the most COD experience in the last few years out of all of us. So I want to start with him, how he's feeling about Black Ops 6. How you feeling, Rain?
I mean, honestly, the game looks like it wasn't being developed over the course of 4 years. It looks very similar to Black Ops 1 in my opinion, which, I mean, maybe they're going for that because, it's supposed to be. I don't know the time frame of the game. I haven't played a campaign on Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3.
Who does?
A lot of people. Not gonna lie to you. That's
be more specific. You're talking about Modern Warfare 3, the remake, or are you talking about Modern Warfare 3, the OG?
No, that's what Modern Warfare 3, like 2014.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah,
right, cool.
I haven't played a story after that. I mean, maybe if a Black Ops came after that, maybe, but not really. Zombies. We haven't gotten to see that because it, obviously is a beta. And I personally haven't even watched any videos. A couple other people here have. Razor has seen videos of the upcoming zombies and shit. So you can probably speak on it. A little bit.
I'll give you a little space first. I'll talk about it a little bit when I come to something.
But all in all, multiplayer experience, I think they're going to run into a lot of issues with the Omni movement. Like, people are going to complain a lot. Personally, I don't think it affects too much. Like, it didn't. There's always going to be skill gaps. So that's expected, but it didn't seem like it hindered my gameplay in any way, shape, or form. I was still doing what I do, and I'm not even like a movement beast or anything of that nature. So I think people will come around. It's on Game Pass. I wouldn't buy it. I don't buy Call of Duty anymore, but it is on Game Pass, so you should give it a shot, in my opinion.
It is on Game Pass. It is on Game Pass. Razor, how you feeling about it?
So, yeah, you know, I don't have too much comparison because, like, I'm assuming like you, Ashy, I have not really played COD in a couple of years. Last COD I really played was 2019's Modern Warfare, the remake.
Yeah, that's kind of the same. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I
Cold
think
War
I bought. Oh yeah, like Cold War a tiny bit. I played zombies in Cold War a little bit, which I guess will help with the zombie talk in a second. But yeah. So, oh yeah, it's the Omni movement. I don't know how I feel, but I didn't really play with the Omni movement too much in that last beta session. I'm gonna try to experiment more with it in this following beta. It seems pretty crazy. It's one of those things where the old heads are like, yeah, I'm out. You sweats can have this. You youngins can have it. So some people love it probably. Like them kill cams look dope. I ain't gonna cap, but like if I get done up like that, I'm gonna have to leave or something. I don't know. It's the see, I wish I could talk more about the maps, but like I feel like I didn't get too much play time on the maps, and then also like what am I comparing them to? Because I haven't played COD in years. The spawns kind of felt kind of wacky sometimes.
That's every COD, no cap.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a fair point. I can't even argue against that. The spawns, sniping's crazy as indeed. Well, I guess it's usual COD stuff. I don't know how long. I don't know, to be honest. Like my initial impression is that I don't know how good I like it because we were playing with friends. That was making it a lot better, and I probably have some of the least amount of playtime on it compared to everybody else in here, maybe except Striker. I don't know how much he played it.
We got the same probably if that was the only time we played.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't feel terrible, and I'm definitely gonna hop on this next beta and like get a little better feel for it. You know what I mean, over this weekend to see how I feel about it. As far as zombies go, so a couple of people have gotten to play zombies, like content creators, people who got invited out or were able to see sneaky peeks and stuff like that, and there's a bit of a controversy in the zombies community, more negative than positive, right? Because apparently like the promises, which I can't read off word for word, but like Treyarch basically promised like old school zombies kind of in a way, but those promises were quickly revealed as false upon seeing gameplay because a lot of people a lot of the zombies is very similar to how it was in Cold War. People were expecting more classic type zombies, something more difficult, something less customizable, like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 era type zombies. Not the fucking case. You do not have, I'm pretty sure it's not an original. Well, actually, scratch that. I think one of the maps has an original cast or something, right? Beyond that, you still have loadouts. You start off the game with loadouts, and you can completely customize the gun from the get-go, so you have attachments and all that. Ammo,
from the beginning?
Yeah. It's just like Cold War. And then like refilling your ammo, you got the ammo couches, and like the ammo is cheap to refill. You still have upgrades, which I think some people like, some people don't, right? The permanent upgrades you can get from playing the game. So like basically, and they promised it was going to be like a little more difficult, and that doesn't seem to be the case. And especially that little play test or play event they had where they had content creators play. A lot of the content creators, like they had to get off the game. Like they didn't die. Like they was like, hey, you have to stop playing now. Like I heard even like Duke Dennis made it like round like 50 something on his first game. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so a lot of people are mad about that. They're saying it's not the class experience, but then again, there are people who enjoyed Cold War zombies, and there are the casuals who are going to enjoy it being a lot, easier. And so there's a bit of controversy there. A lot of the, hardcore zombie players, for real, if we were to put them in the category, are kind of upset because they feel like they were lied to, which I don't blame.
Valid, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But is it like an upgrade from what they complained about with the last Call of Duty dropping? Like no one liked that DMZ style zombies that dropped. That was received horribly.
Yeah, and see, that was another thing, because I didn't watch too much about it, but I think once, like, the game's coming with 2 maps at launch, right? So it's coming with a bonus map like it usually does, and I believe it is the bonus map that people feel is a lot. It feels like it plays like that, like the Warzone DMZ type of map, like it's open and shit. So people were really disappointed about that. But the first map that's coming, right, like the core map, I don't think it's like that. I think it's different, and that one's like going to be received a little bit better. I haven't watched enough gameplay to know the map and to give you my personal impression on whether I believe that to be true. But it looks like it's better than the bonus map, right? Off of what I've seen. Yeah.
I was gonna say just a buddy a little bit. Honestly, I think and let's just be quick, but I think honestly since the release of Cold War Zombies, I honestly felt like we would never see a real return on that original style of zombies ever again. I really don't think we'll see a return on that. I think once they kind of picked it up with that style, I think they were gonna run with it regardless of the feedback. And me personally, I wouldn't say that I hated Cold War Zombies. It just felt more arcadish, right? It felt more like I'm sitting up here I'm playing it to pass time. I'm not playing it for a challenge because it was very easy. Like there's nothing. Even when we were running the Easter eggs, like when I ran in with you, it's nothing compared to when we run the Easter eggs like on Black Ops 3, something like
You
that.
didn't like Outbreak?
I mean, it wasn't that I dislike the zombies Cold War only because I cater more towards the traditional style. Like that's what I grew up with. That's what I liked. It was one of those things to me, like if it ain't broke, don't really fix it. I mean, it was, yes, I can see how people thought maybe it got repetitive when you're playing, I guess, round based or whatever, but I'm more traditional when it came to zombies. I didn't like how you can just have permanent upgrades. I didn't like how you can have everything just bought off rip. I didn't like the fact that you can have your own guns in the game. That kind of took away a lot of the challenge because I like the fact that everybody starts off with the same rig, and then as you progress in zombies, everybody goes their own way. Everybody's either relying on a box or getting to the pack-a-punch. Like I didn't even find myself needing to really pack-a-punch in Cold War Zombies. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna knock all the Easter eggs. I'm a exfil. So I didn't really like that play style. It was just more so, we're playing it to kind of pass time. But I mean, I'll hand the floor back to you, Razor, but I just had to input that. I feel like,
I mean, I really like that opinion because I kind of want to go against the grain a little bit, right? Now, personally, I like Cold War Zombies. I like it better than OG classic zombies. No, right? But one thing I can admit, like the hardcore zombie fans community, like the people who are going to reach round 100 regardless, people that are going to complete Easter eggs regardless, right? I don't think that's the majority of zombie players. I mean, the hardcore base is never the majority, right? Like, because I can remember being especially if you're a solo queue player in zombies, you don't have a group. You know, you load into a match with some randoms. Y'all lucky to make it to round 20. You know what I'm saying? You're lucky to get in. You're not getting any Easter egg steps done because you usually need teamwork communication, or you're going to spend yourself running around the map doing it yourself, and that's going to take forever and cost all your points, and it's going to put you behind in terms of weapons and perks and stuff. And then in terms of like the permanent upgrades, I kind of like that. I don't like how easy all the permanent upgrades can make the game. But I do like that it gives me something to play for outside of like in a single game completing the Easter egg. It gives you something to work towards. It makes all your games count for something in a sense. So there's like certain aspects of it that I like, and I honestly believe that making it easier was the move because for your average zombie player, they weren't seeing half that shit. You know, they weren't seeing none of these Easter egg steps. They weren't seeing these high rounds. You know, none of that. And I do agree that they went a little too far and made it a little too easy. But but you know, it's just one of those things where it's like kind of like the lesser of two evils, because the hardcore classic thing is all fun and I like it, but how many people actually made it, you know, anywhere in those types of zombie maps, right?
And now that you mention that, though, I think that's why they're sticking with this style of their zombies now, because, like you said, it's only a certain percentage of us that really want to go ahead and do that hardcore stuff. Like a lot of people don't know about it, you know, and so they don't. A lot of people don't look into it. They don't know about Easter eggs, bro. Exactly. Right? So they're just playing to play, and so I think that's the majority of their player base when it comes to zombies. So they're just gonna keep running back. Right.
Now there was like somewhat of a leak today. I don't know if it's true. But people were talking about that maybe it'll release with a classic mode that will change the rules and make it more like old school zombies. I don't know how true that is, and I feel like that's something they might have promoted in the, you know, in their trailers and all that. It feels really true because I would really, you know, satisfy the hardcore zombie fans because of what they wanted. Hopefully it's a thing, because if it is a thing, then, you know, we can have best of both worlds, right? But, you know, I'm not gonna like hold out and hope for it.
Yeah.
To be honest. Because I, at the same time, with the hardcore community, yeah, it's going to be easier regardless. But if you want that hardcore way, you can still play that way. You can still set your loadout to spawn you in with a pistol.
Yeah.
You can not buy the permanent upgrades or whatever, you know. So it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, yeah, I guess overall I'd say more negative than good, but not by enough for me to really be like, oh, fuck these zombies. This zombies on Black Ops 6, you know. Because to be honest with myself, I enjoy Cold War Zombies. It was something I could casually just like boot up and mindlessly in solo queue, mind you, just go into a map and play, you know. And like that's not really something where I guess you can do that in older school zombies, but you ain't gonna make it far.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna make it that far. Nah,
You know
you're not gonna make it that far. I think there definitely should be a balance. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's my opinions in a nutshell for Black Ops 6 so far.
Striker?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun while we played. It's fun while
about 5 games, right?
Honestly, like I've stopped playing COD or caring about any COD title since Black Ops 2. Honestly,
damn. I mean, I don't blame you. It's all kind of the same, man. Honestly,
I will say, which one was it? Damn, I think it was World War II. It was one of the older ones that released. I think it was like 2018 or 2017.
You talk about World War? Was it World War II?
Was it World War II?
They made a World War One or two game. One of them.
Yeah. World.
Yeah, I know.
I know what you're talking about.
I like when they went back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can see. Hey, I mean, like what you like. I mean, Razor likes Ghosts, so I mean
that was like so unnecessary. But I will stand behind that though. Ghost was not a terrible game. It just came out after Black Ops 2. It was not bad. It was not that bad. It just came out.
It wasn't.
I mean, I like Advanced Warfare.
I like the survival in Ghosts.
I ain't gonna
really?
hot take. I don't know. Like I don't know how other people
Extinction,
but I enjoyed Extinction. I did. I enjoyed Extinction because that was another one where similar to like Cold War and like Black Ops 6 Zombies, where it was a little bit easier and it was more streamlined, but you could actually get completions with randoms and stuff, and it felt nice. I like Extinction for like of all the other unique modes that COD then tried to implement after Zombies. I think Extinction's probably the second best behind it.
Oh no, that's a fact. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a fact. I didn't like Extinction, but that is a fact. I don't like any of the like when I think Advanced Warfare was after that, and that Zombies they could have left that in the trash. I don't know why they even pulled that one out the bin. But I know
Ghost had fun DLC too. We had the DLC map with the Michael Myers kill streak, the DLC map with the Predator kill streak. Like Ghost had some fun shit on it.
But the problem with Ghost is it was the multiplayer, bro. There was only one gun you can use, and that was the Honey Badger, bro. And like it was just it's like they put all their work into one gun, and that's what everybody ran with. And it's like that bugged me the most about Ghost. I mean, I sell
them DLC weapons, my boy.
Right.
You didn't like a meta?
No, not in COD, but I think old school. But I do want to touch on what Rain said a little bit. I mean, I like I think this Black Ops 6. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I'll play a little bit. I'm gonna see how it is. I already know we saw sweats in the beta, so I mean, this whole Omni movement thing is like I'm trying to get down with it. I like it because it's fun, it's new, but it's just all these kids so good at it, bro. They just dive in sideways, shooting me. I'm pretty sure they're using scuffs, but that's just beyond me. Yeah, right. No, I'm not gonna invest in one for COD. That's fine. I'll just take a low KD. It's okay. But I like the beta. It was probably one of the better betas I've played. I mean, betas aren't usually that good in the first place for COD, so I wouldn't say it's like tremendous or anything like that. It was okay. It was fun with y'all. Like, it was better than X-Define. I'll say that, in my opinion. I think we'll talk more about that later. But I don't know. I think this is gonna be one of those CODs for me where like I have it because I have it, and I'll play it with friends. But if I don't think if y'all are on, then I'm probably just gonna not play. Unless I'm trying to if the Zombies is good and I like it and I want to attend to it, I'll probably play that solo. But I don't see this being something I put too much time into. Maybe my opinion might change. I don't know. But it's Call of Duty. I think I'm pretty much kind of growing out of that COD phase anyway. I mean, I haven't picked up one in years, and I haven't really had the urge to really get back into it until it got released on Game Pass. So I think it's good for those players that just want like a casual shooter to dive into, maybe when they don't feel like playing anything else. And I think that's the kind of the crowd I'll be in this year with COD. I am kind of excited for the zombies just to see how it turns out, because like I said, I didn't hate Cold War, but I definitely cater more traditional. But it was fun. I would say it was fun sometimes. So I mean, I'm down with that. But they did. They do have the new body shield feature, and people have been having fun with that. I've been getting clowned for it myself, but I would say that is a very, very intuitive feature that COD has introduced into this game, and I think it's creating a lot of traction for the game. And I think this game is going to break some more records. But I've been having fun watching the videos. I've been having fun, being taken hostage. I haven't been able to take anybody hostage yet, but
you had fun being taken hostage, huh?
What's up with that? Doesn't sound like you want to be rescued.
Well, I do want to say thank you for y'all for rescuing me twice. I'm 2 for 2 on the rescues. I haven't died yet after I've been taken hostage, so that's cool. I want to say thank you to my teammates. I appreciate y'all. But for those of you who don't know, Call of Duty has a new body shield feature in the multiplayer, so it lets you grab enemies and hold them as like, I guess, using them as like a body shield, right? While you can like fire off some shots of your own. They also enabled voice chat, proximity chat against between the attacker and the victim. So basically, if you're being kidnapped, somebody can whisper in your ear. And what social media has been doing is basically, y'all can put the dots together. I don't want to say it on the show. I don't want to say the word on the show, but they get theirs. Okay, that's what they do. They put you in a little corner and they get busy. So, and you got to hear it for about like 8 seconds, maybe about like 8 to 10 seconds of just getting brutalized.
I'm unfamiliar.
So, if this type of feature you'd enjoy it now, because it definitely ain't making it into another game.
It's definitely not making it.
They ain't making it into another game, boy. They gonna learn from this.
We made a mistake.
They got that in there, bro. No one stopped that during development.
They said we will be monitoring voice chat. That don't matter.
Not gonna lie.
You think they care?
That was actually a fan requested feature because originally you couldn't talk. Yeah, it was normal. Niggas wanted to hear each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
Welcome to the Diddy party. It's crazy.
We also have Warzone returning to Verdansk in 2025, early 2025. I don't know anything about that. I didn't play Warzone. I think
people love that. I know.
Yeah, I heard Obi talking about it. He was like, "Oh, I can't wait till Verdansk comes out." I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "It was the best Warzone map ever." He don't talk like that, but it's my impression. But yep, that's Black Ops 6 in a nutshell, ladies and gents. Like I said, the open beta is this weekend, so go ahead and get some action in. Next up, we have some Black Myth Wukong talk. I guess we got some patches. Actually, these patches are kind of old. I think these they just did some patches for Steam, and I think Steam had the bigger patch, but they did Steam and console just for like some quick bug fixes, nothing really game breaking going on there. We do have some news though. Apparently there were rumors about Black Myth Wukong. I didn't put this in the show notes, but apparently there were rumors about Black Myth Wukong and the release on Xbox. So initially we thought that the release was delayed because of some issues for the Series S, optimization issues for the Series S. Apparently that's not true. There's some rumors coming down the pipeline, and they are just rumors, but apparently some documents leaked that there was an unspoken, there was like a disclosure that the public didn't know about between Sony and the developers over with Black Myth that wanted to keep the game exclusive to PC and PlayStation for a little bit before the release on Xbox. And then there hasn't been anything debunking it. Xbox kind of spoke about it briefly, but Xbox, like, their comments on it were weird because they basically said like, hey, yeah, we're working to get it on Xbox. And they kind of like went blank from there. They didn't like say anything about it. So that was kind of weird. So maybe the rumors are true. Who knows? But it is still coming to Xbox. No one really knows the real reason why it's delayed on Xbox, but apparently that rumor came down the pipeline, so take it, leave it, whatever you want to do with it. But Either way, the fact is it's not on Xbox yet, but it is coming. We do have some news that it's receiving 2 DLC expansions before a sequel. So I guess a sequel's already confirmed. Striker, you read this article? You want to talk about this?
Yeah, I did read it. So it's kind of interesting. It's not a sequel; it's another project, and it seems like it's just going to be another adventure from another like iconic or legend or whatever that they're going to cover. But beforehand, they talked about actually wanting to do 13 chapters for the game, but due to budget, they stopped at chapter 6, which and I guess we can go into spoilers now. It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Chapter after kind of seeing chapter 6 and how the rest of the game flowed, I can understand why and the cut that they made, and you can kind of see it from all the chapters that you go through to like once you get to chapter 6 and how much less stuff you have to do in chapter 6. The area is big and it's massive, very similar to any of the other chapters. But the content within Chapter 6 isn't as immense as 1 through 5. Okay. It's more of like a kind of like arena, and you just go around fighting bosses and defeating them. But they have, rumor has it, and it was leaked on a Discord server from, I guess, a credible source or whatnot. Don't quote me on this. Fact check it if y'all want. But
like a credible source to me.
Rumor has it that they're working on DLCs for the game, 2 DLCs in particular, which will include the chapters that they did not include in the initial release of the game. People are kind of relating this very similar to the same marketing strategy that Elden Ring basically took with their game.
Okay. Do we have a timeline?
They're saying it's currently in development. Timeline to be determined.
Okay. Cool. So their new game is not a sequel. It's just a new game. So like a new project.
It's called it's still called Black Myth, but it's like Project Jing Zhang.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
I have not looked up the name.
Interesting.
I mean,
let me see if it's easy access with a Google search real quick.
Yeah, look up Black Myth Jing Zia, JIANGZIYA. But as they're looking at that, I guess I'll address a little bit on Black Myth. As I'm playing it more, I think I'm approaching chapter 4. I'm on the last boss of chapter 3.
Ooh.
I'm on the last boss of chapter 3. And that bitch, bro. Hey. Not even her, bro. I'm fighting the dragon next to her too.
Ooh.
Yeah, he scares me, bro. And I hear he has a brother, and I'm not liking that because I don't like him. So, it's a struggle. I ain't gonna lie. She doesn't. The only thing pissed me off about her is her electricity and like that tail whip she has.
Are you on the back of a turtle?
Yeah, I'm on the turtle.
That's not the final boss of chapter.
That's not the final boss.
No, sir.
It's not.
Nope.
Break it to him like that.
Yeah. I had to confirm. Like when he said it was a chick with lightning, I already knew. But
yeah, the dragon lady.
Where he was at. Yeah, no, that's not.
Oh, okay. Well, that
you kind of like you probably. I wouldn't even say that was halfway, but
it's not halfway.
I wouldn't necessarily.
God, you know.
Damn, bro. Because when I got out of the prison and I fought that dragon, I mean, he was cool. He wasn't even a dragon. That was a like a little dog tree thing. What was that? I don't know what that was. But he beat him in like 3. And then I got to the dragon lady, where she turns into a dragon. She typed bad too, but she turns into a dragon. And then she whooping my ass. And then like I heard a voice. He was like, "Hey, come here." And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and I go over to him. He seemed cool. Like, I'm like, cool. Maybe he gonna help me with her. Maybe I found some, secret.
He grabbed.
He ain't trying to help me. He trying to beat me. And I'm like, why,
he is
bro?
Trying to beat you, bro.
Hey, before you go over there, come fight me.
Get your ass over here. I know you ain't finished her yet, but I'm harder. Come fight me. I'm like, bro, like, no. Can one of these NPCs turn into a boss and help me? Like, please. Can I get a free pass? Like, collect 200 on Go or something? Like, god damn, bro.
Not Monopoly.
It's crazy, man. Hey, so but I'm enjoying the game. The game's very beautiful. Definitely one of these games I gotta take a little patience, and I'll be having to like reset. I found myself after like 4 or 5 hours on the game, I gotta like, if I come across a boss and I keep banging my head, I just gotta turn it off and come back another day. And then I usually beat it. Yeah, because it's just not happening. I be seeing people on Reddit. They're like, dude, like some people on Reddit are fighting this dude. Some dude said he fought the tiger like 45 times. And I was like, bro, turn it off. I was like, bro, just switch the game. Like it's not working for you right now. It's not working.
Stop. He's already dead.
I'm like, bro. And then I see all these Reddit posts like, should I just quit? And one dude's on the baby, like the baby from the beginning.
Blue baby.
I'm like, bro,
baby Thanos.
Yeah, baby
Thanos.
I'm like, bro, just turn it off, man, or don't fight him right now, bro. Like, you ain't gotta just keep head banging right here, okay? This ain't Dark Souls 3, bro.
The Dark Souls player in me is letting me.
They said I couldn't do it. Well, come back,
I had
bro.
to show him.
Just come back to it, man.
Fuck that.
God. People are like,
I'm a Souls player.
I want to quit this game so bad. I'm like, bro, it's a fun game. Don't quit it, bro. Just put it down for a minute and come back to it. All right, it'll work out for you. Like I found,
catch your breath.
Literally, I found out. Like I banged my head on that damn tiger. I hated that tiger. Oh my god, he is terrible. That's why I beat his dad's ass. But I banged my head on him. Maybe he killed me like 15 times. I put that down. I booted up the next day. I think on my second try, slayed his ass.
Bruh.
Like,
hey, no cap. Guess who I just killed, bro?
Who?
Yeah, guess.
Baby.
Well, I'm not as far as you, so I wouldn't be able to guess.
No, I'm in New Game Plus.
Oh, are you? Oh, did you just kill the baby?
Nah.
Tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him. Spit on him for me.
God damn.
I hate him. His sword, bro. It was so. Oh my god, his sword. Oh god, I hated him so much, bro. He was cancer. Well, New Game Plus, you get to keep all your like upgrades, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be so good.
To go through and beat on bosses for all the shit they did to you.
Beat his ass. But yeah, the game's fun. How are y'all liking it on New Game Plus right now?
Well, I wanted to give more talk on just the overall game in general.
What was yours?
Right. Well, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Right. Cinematically and storyly, and the music, the soundtrack, all beautiful, all great. Amazing. There are a couple of little short downfalls. I'm just kind of like, they aren't major. They don't like dim my enjoyment of the game or anything like that. But it's just like, so for one, not all the transformations, but like, so in chapter 1, at some point, the old monkey gives you a cicada transformation, right? To like travel through that little part of the forest without, people like mugging you or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was lame that wasn't like a core feature that you ever experience again. This shit, even more than once. Like once you deep transform from that cicada, that is it. You don't get to do that again until New Game Plus, buddy. Done so. And it's like, especially when it's your first, like I can see the use in that for like New Game Plus runs, right? Because you're just trying to get to the end. But in your very first game, you're gonna want to explore that area, because that's not like a Steam Lime area where you just skip some enemies flying by them and then go to the next. Like that's one where you get to explore. There's a key side boss there. There's the waterfalls there. Like there's some treasure chests there, and it's like, bro, you're definitely gonna want to explore that, because you can't interact with any of that shit while you're in the B form. You gotta fucking de-transform. And once you do that, can't transform back into it, even if you visit the shrine or go back to that point. So it's like, it felt like a gameplay feature that they implemented but didn't flesh out, because there really was no more of it in the rest of the game besides 2 more times. One, which is related to a side quest, the little fox thing, and that one was the best one, because you get an item for it, so you can reuse it as many times as you want. But as soon as you complete the side quest, they take that item from you, and so you can't transform into that little fox anymore. And it's like, whatever. And then another time that's literally just in a cutscene in chapter 4 or whatever. Like you don't even like use the form or walk around it or nothing. I don't really think. So like that just felt to me like underwhelming, and something like they kind of implemented and forgot about or something. It didn't feel like it was really a true mechanic to the game or anything like that. And it's something I really would have liked, because like I said, what if like, especially how this game, that's gonna be something I'm talking about in a second, especially how this game expects you to do New Game Plus runs. It's like, why not give me access to those forms freely? So on my New Game Plus runs, I can just skip the regular enemies, just fly by them or whatever as a fly, and just go straight to the bosses. That'd be dope. But no, you don't get to use that shit at will, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of lame, just something that wasn't just really thought about. Like they just kind of just forgot about it. I feel like it would have got implemented more. I didn't like the Erlang boss fight. I'm gonna say that motherfucker reminded me of DLC Radon, in which like his difficulty is very artificial and very bullshit, and because of that, it's either you fight him like in some very like you try to fight him in a legit way, and you'll probably get stomped, or you decide to fight him using things is strong against him, and you're going to shit on him, right? Like there's really no in between. I mean, you could definitely beat him legit, right? Just like you can definitely beat Radon legit, but it's just going to be kind of frustrating. It'll take you a minute, and it's just like, I don't know if you care, Ashley, about me saying specifically the fight.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so like, he gets this like, it's not a full on parry. It's kind of like a parry bar, right? It's like kind of a shield bar above his health, right? And as long as that shield is up, whenever you hit him, he's going to parry it. Now he still takes a little bit of damage, but he's not going to take a lot of damage. And also, the big thing is he's not going to stagger, so you're not going to really get your full combo off, and he's going to be able to counterattack or fucking basically punish you for hitting him, right? And even if you hit him from behind, no Diddy, he fucking parries you he swings the stab behind his back and parries you. It's insane. And the bullshit part about it is that he has like 3 or 4 health gates during this boss fight, and at each health gate, that shield fully regens. Like when I was fighting him legit, I never broke the shield once, and I'd get him down. Like my best attempt fighting him legit, I got him down to like really low, like a couple hits away from winning. And
how'd you kill him?
During that fight, I'll get to that if you want to know. But during that fight, I never broke his shield once because like as soon as he gets to a health gate, that shit just regens to full. I'd get it to like maybe like fucking between 60 and 70% before he'd reach a health gate and then like refill that shit. And it was just like, bro, how do you expect a person to like legitly break that shield and start getting some real damage in? You expect him to be fighting like that the whole fight. It's just annoying. And he dodges your heavy attacks, your charged heavies. And that is so, and like at first I thought I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a cool little feature because not a lot of bosses really do that or nothing. But then I started to hate it because he can dodge your heavies whenever he's in neutral, right? Which means you can, and he recovers from his moves so fast, it is hard to punish him with a charged heavy, especially if you have 3 or 4 key points, because the animation takes longer, so it gives him the extra second to get back to neutral. And then once he's back in neutral, dodge. So like the best way to hit him with your charged heavy attacks was to trade with him, and that's terrible trading with a boss because they gonna win every time. They got more health than you, and all that. So like trading with him was just not really it could be an option if you're willing to heal afterwards, but it's just terrible. Like I feel like it's just like if you fought DLC Radon, that is kind of like the experience with Erlang. I mean, it's not to that degree of bullshit with Radon, but it's definitely the same concepts, and I really dislike that. So that was something I was like, I don't enjoy this fight, and you should really enjoy in-game fights, especially like that. That's like the final secret fight, so like that's just something I really didn't like. I feel like there's no dev intended way to beat him unless because so back to your question, Ashley, about how did I beat him. So first off, there's one of the vessels that you get, the chapter 5 vessel, and in using it, you basically summon a tornado that tracks and attacks enemies, and it's just amazing for breaking his shield. You can break his shield using that thing. Using that thing once breaks his entire shield, right? So you can just straight up get to damage without him parrying you and interrupting you and all that. So the build I went with that vessel, and then I went with the gourd or drink or whatever that gives you a key back, which recharges the vessel faster, right, when you drink. And then I went with the rock transformation of chapter 2 because for whatever weird reason, he does not attack the rock transformation, and the rock transformation is also, as you probably guessed it, amazing at breaking the shield, So like it's just like it's basically cycling the good abilities to break his shield to make the phases easier. And like you can pretty much, if you have especially if you have like a build based around like cooldowns and shit, you can keep them cooldowns up and cycle it every time he reaches health gate so that you don't really have to deal with that shield. I even saw a guy, he was using one of the spear thrust techniques. It was a combo, like after he'd break his shield, he'd use that combo, and he'd have enough stamina to continuously do it, and he basically would stun lock him until he reached the next health gate, and it was barely a fight at all. I was like, I didn't do that, but that was insane. So, and that just makes the fight leagues easier if you use like things like that to break his shield and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I don't like it. I don't think it's very good design. The very final boss of the game though, I like him. You know, so that's something. Let's see.
Okay.
But and another problem I have with it, and this isn't major at all, but I just don't think it's very good design, is there's a secret stance that you can unlock. The Wukong stance. It's not a permanent stance. It's more of like a temporary buffer upgrade. I don't know too much about it because I do not have it. And the reason I do not have it is because in order to earn the Wukong stance, you have to max out your relics. And to max out your relic, yes. So that means to max out your relics, you have to get this true ending to the game 3 times. They want you to beat the game 3 whole times before you unlock the Wukong stance. And you get to experience it a little bit in like the prologue fight, which your first time you're not really gonna notice it. I definitely didn't notice it till I started New Game Plus. But you do get to use it in that little first fight against Erlang in the clouds when you're actually Sun Wukong, right?
Oh, that was Erlang?
Yeah.
Oh,
so but outside of that, you know, beat the game 3 times, homeboy, and then come back and you get and it's not, and like I said, it's not a permanent stance you unlock. It's like a buff. So I don't know exactly how it works.
So like a little sage mode type shit.
Basically, and then it's temporary, and then you get it and use it, and it changes your move set, and it gives you a different heavy attack that's a lot more powerful and cool. That's it. But like the way to unlock it, I just don't like it. Like I don't think it's good. It's a good idea for you to force you to New Game Plus 3, beat it 3 times. Mind you, secret ending too, because you don't get the 6th relic unless you get the secret ending. So like poor Striker here might have to play it 4 times before he gets it. You know, like that's just crazy to me. Like I just don't think that's a very good unlock system. Like you know, and of course by the time you get your first playthrough, you're not gonna have everything, nowhere near. Your first playthrough, you don't get enough will to purchase everything. You don't get enough skill points to have all the skills. You don't have enough. You don't even get enough materials to craft all the weapons and armor you get. You have to do multiple runs to earn that shit. But that's okay because that's not like those aren't core gameplay things, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose your favorite weapon and make sure to craft that so you have the. You know, you just can't have every weapon, every piece of armor, and that's perfectly fine. But something I feel like as integral to the gameplay as like a stance buff like that, like I think it's insane to lock that behind 3 new game, like 3 game runs. That's kind
that should have been unlocked after for a New Game Plus thing, honestly.
Exactly, in my opinion.
But that should have been an incentive to play through it with a New Game Plus. Like, hey, if you made it here, you get this, and then you can run through it with this little, boost,
Yeah, but no, you run through it with the little boost on the 4th game. Hopefully the bosses don't have too much increased stats by then. I mean, I doubt it. I've seen people do one-shot builds with this shit. It's kind of very crazy.
Yeah.
I think those are the only negatives. Well, actually, since Striker mentioned it, Chapter 6, I agree with Striker's sentiment on it. It was just a very I do want to note that I appreciate the switch up and what they did with that. And if they did that with all the chapters where they switched it up or whatever, then it might have been cool. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna take that back. So the way Chapter 6 is very different from the other chapters. The other chapters are very linear, and you have closed paths that they branch off. So you can see there's still stuff to explore and shit like that. But it's it's very condensed, right? Yeah. Chapter 6 is more of a wide open area. It's like just a big ass circle, which traversing it isn't bad because in Chapter 6 you get access to the to Nimbus. I don't know if it's called Nimbus, the same Dragon Ball. The Somersault Cloud. You get access to Somersault Cloud, so you can fly around the map. It's pretty dope, and it makes traversing pretty fun and pretty fast.
You get to keep it a new game.
You can only use Somersault Cloud in Chapter 6.
In Chapter 6,
you cannot use it outside of Chapter 6, right? And that's part of why Chapter 6 set up that way, because it's just a big ass circle, basically. You just fly around, but it's there's nothing in it. There's a few bosses. I think there's 10 or 11 bosses total in Chapter 6, right? Only 4 of them are necessary bosses to beat the game, 4 or 5. The rest are optional. But it's hard to find them because you just want to have to guess. You have to just fly around, be like, you know what, that kind of looks like a boss arena. Let me step off the cloud to see, but other than that, the world, Chapter 6 is just very empty in comparison to the other chapters, and I just feel like it might have been better if it was streamlined like the other chapters, the open world aspect. They didn't put too much effort into it, from my opinion. But that's all the negatives, and the negatives don't anywhere near outweigh the positives for the game. You're gonna have an amazing time your first playthrough, and these aren't things that really, the Wukong stance and the Chapter 6 thing and all that, aren't really things you're gonna even notice. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, after beating the game, I still very much like it. how many new game pluses I'll run, I don't know. Like you're definitely running through the game. Like after your new game plus, because you're buffs and you know everything and you're a lot fucking stronger. So it might not take too long to complete new game pluses, right? But it's still like, am I gonna run through this 4 times for this achievement or for this circumstance? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
No, that's very good. Before you close out with that, what do you rate the game?
I'm not very good at this. Shit. I give it. Okay. 8's probably the minimum I'd give it. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, because like all the negatives are very specific. They don't plague the entire game. So it's not things you always have to deal with for real.
Well, that's your highest rating this year, so yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
What else rated this year?
I think we rated Suicide on the pod, we rated Stellar on the pod, we rated Ronin on the pod, and we rated we didn't do, I think we did Helldivers as well on the pod.
It does beat out all that, so yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
I don't disagree.
We didn't do Dogma because we didn't finish dog shit, so you know. But Dogma, sorry.
Nah, you did that on purpose. Okay.
Rain and Striker, which I'll give a little rating on it so far since y'all beat the game.
I haven't beat the game. I'm in the process of beating the game.
Redacted, sorry. All right, Striker.
You know, I definitely say, I have to put it right up there with Ronin. It's definitely a 10 for me.
Redacted. All right, let's go ahead and move on.
Did you say Ronin's better? And then you give it a 10 anyway? What'd you give
Ronin an 11?
Oh, still cat, man.
That boy ratings is a fraud. Damn. Oh man.
Man, what they paying you?
They paying this boy. You got to be on payroll. Striker, you on payroll for Team Ninja?
I signed NDA.
So that's a yes. I got you.
Get residuals. Well, next up, leading into since we're talking about trolls, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the biggest troll of the year, Ubisoft. They're trolling again. Apparently, and this is it proves my point. There's a lot of the fan base who bought Outlaws. They're very annoyed. Why are they annoyed? Because they paid early for a copy of the game and it didn't work. And then actually it didn't work so bad, it actually restarted a lot of people's progress on a patch. And so Ubisoft said, hey, you know what? No problem. We're going to give you some loyalty points for your pain. There it is. All right. We have our sponsor up next, Rain, aka CJ. How do you feel about your parent company giving people loyalty points for their progress being lost on a broken game they paid over $100 for to play early and couldn't play early?
I think I had to experience such issues with something I purchased earlier this year called Suicide Squad. But I mean, it's expected these days because really you're not paying to play that game early. You paying for them cosmetics you're gonna get. Because honestly, what did you think when the CEO said this is gonna be a quadruple A title? Like once they start doing shit like that, after that everything thrown out the window. If he on that type of time and I know what type of product they about to sell.
What game are you talking about, Ray?
Don't. Skull and Bones is another game they put out this year, you know?
Never forget.
Can't forget. Cause it was great for 20 minutes. It's just, honestly, I can say I would give them niggas $20 a month for that Uplay pass because it's across all platforms, right? It's $17.99 if I'm being honest. If we're not really plugging a sponsor, but it's just I'm willing to give them that because they do have titles that I do enjoy, right? Mm-hmm. And they do have I get all of their content for free, collectors editions, access. So I can't be. It's not free. I'm paying $17.99 for it, but I can't be mad at that. And it's like, were we really expecting Star Wars Outlaws to be good? It's the first Star Wars game that's made by a company that's not EA, and we see why EA should have stuck to it.
Yeah, facts.
Just facts. Like you said, why you ain't talking about X Defiant yet? It's just Ubisoft seem like they doing great value versions of games, and I think that's the trend they on. What they should do is expand on that Avatar franchise and stop feeding them weak ass operators that y'all adding to Ghost Recon Rainbow Six. Niggas only watch that for Jinxie, and let's be honest, they about to stop.
Hey, I'm really I agree with that. I think Ubisoft needs to take their hands off Star Wars because they ruining my beloved. I think EA has done a phenomenal job on their Jedi series, and that's another thing, bro. They're calling this the first open world Star Wars game, and that really blew me because I'm like, it's not. It's really not. And I went into a deep dive yesterday on I'm like, okay, well, what is an open world game? Because I must be fucked up. I must have my definition fucked up on what an open world game was, because everybody, and even people on Reddit, they were like, well, that can't be because the Jedi series is open world. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's true. And maybe that isn't true because I'm like, they're clearly calling this the first open world game. But I'm like, we can take it back even further. Apparently, I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic. So somebody brought that up, but somebody brought up Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is definitely an open world game, but I'm like, are we not including Lego Star Wars because it's Lego? But I'm like, that's definitely a Star Wars game. So I feel like Ubisoft tried to use this selling point, like, hey, this is the first open world Star Wars game, and I'm like, wait a minute, because it's not. There are other Star Wars games that are clearly open world. Jedi Survivor is very open world. Some excuse someone gave was this. They were like, well, Jedi Survivor is not totally open world because it has a linear objective from point A to point B, and that leads you to a cutscene. But I'm like, okay. I'm like, what does that mean?
Because that's every video game ever.
Yeah, I'm like, that's every video game. That's just progressing you through the story. You have to have some access point that progresses you to the next, objective of the game. I'm like, yes, just because it has a guiding system doesn't mean that it's not open world. Because if you play Jedi Survivor, the game is very open. Like, there's actually multiple open worlds in Jedi Survivor. It's actually so open world that when you beat the game, there's more shit to you explore that opens up. It becomes more and more open world as you play and as you beat it. And I'm like, are they saying it's not open world because of that handicap you have? Not the handicap, but because of that roadblock you have, because you haven't progressed through the game enough to unlock certain things, to unlock certain areas. But I'm like, that doesn't really count because it's still there. You just haven't accessed that ability yet. So I'm like, it's not that the game isn't open world. I think people are twisting the definition of open world. GTA 5 is an open world game. We'll consider that an open world game, right? But at the same time, it still has a point A to point B. You have to go to this certain objective in order to unlock a quote unquote cutscene. So I don't know where people are getting that definition from, but an open world game is just a game that's open world. It allows you to traverse with fluidity and, do what you want. Whether you want to continue the story or not. You can go and do side content. You can go and beat up mass enemies in the open world. You can do whatever. So I don't know. That was kind of bothering me when they said that this is the first open world Star Wars game. And people ate that up because I'm like, it's definitely not the first open world Star Wars game. They've had plenty. Like I said, Lego Star Wars is an open world Star Wars game. It's Lego, but it's still open world. So I don't know where they were getting that one from. Ubisoft was just throwing shit at the wall and making it stick. You said what?
The Lego Star Wars games kind of legit,
They are legit.
They are legit.
I love Lego Star Wars.
They definitely are open world.
They are.
I don't know. I think I don't even know why they would say some shit like that for real. Do they play games at IGN?
No, they don't. No, they really don't.
Review them.
They review games.
They review them. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd consider open world just anything where the map is just open for you to explore, versus linear games where you can obviously tell, there's a confined spaces I can and can't go to. Yeah. I can't visit everything I see. I can't go to every point in the map. And most games nowadays are open world for real. Thinking about it.
Yeah, literally.
And even the ones that are linear still are pretty explorative,
Yeah, semi-open,
Yeah, Wukong kind of one. I guess Wukong kind of like semi-open.
I would call Wukong semi-open. Yeah, I would call it semi. I would call it semi-open just because it has that exploration factor built into the game. Because we've gotten so far. Like a linear game, it would be like Last of Us, right? There is no deviation. You go here. And this is the story. You lead into the story. Like semi-open, I would say, is like games like God of War, games like Wukong, where you have a point A to point B objective. Wukong a little bit more so semi-open because there's no map. Sometimes you don't even know where you at in the game. But like games like that where you have that direction, but you have a little bit of wiggle room to deviate from your main story objective. So I don't know. Like I say, Ubisoft throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks. It's not sticking. IGN's trying to make it stick. It's not sticking. I don't know. It's not sticking, bro. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with them, man. But they sent out a message. They said, here was Ubisoft's latest message sent to the affected players via email that no one opens up. They said, we are following up on a previous email we sent to you regarding issues with an outdated version on PlayStation 5. We fully acknowledge that asking you to start a new game is not the best experience, especially during the early access period. And for that, we apologize. To make your return to the Outer Rim a little more special, we are granting you an in-game Trailblazer trinket, as well as 100 Ubisoft Connect units to redeem for in-game rewards. For example, we are actively working on adding the Ubisoft Connect units to your account so you can use these as soon as possible. You can collect the trinket from the delivery crate in the back of the Trailblazer once you reach Tashara. We appreciate your patience and we hope you enjoy the game. Well, Ubisoft, no one's enjoying the game and no one cares about the trinkets and no one cares about your little Ubisoft Connect points. Okay, so that's that. But yeah, Star Wars Outlaws is available right now on all platforms if anybody wants to pick it up. More Ubisoft news. God, Ubisoft has a big section of this podcast today. X-Defiant player count is declining rapidly. And what did Ubisoft have to say about that? They said, yeah, we're going to shut this bitch down if y'all don't get it together by season 3. So,
damn, they taking L's.
That's not it. That's not all the L's they taking. They got more today. There's more.
Yes.
There's more. And it seems like Ubisoft is ready to cut all ties with X-Defiant. They said it in press. They basically said to the developers, hey, they said like, hey, if y'all don't get this shit right, it's cut, it's done data, it's Concord, okay? Like that's how we feeling about it. Also in the news for Ubisoft, their stock is down more than 10%. So it really feels like Ubisoft is banking on this Assassin's Creed Shadows to really put some like emphasis on their company this year because they've been taking a lot of L's this year. A lot of L's. Assassin's Creed is their biggest product. So, I mean, I don't feel like Assassin's Creed's gonna fumble. Regardless, I think Assassin's Creed's gonna sell. Now, whether or not it'll be good, I don't know. Now, we did hear that they brought back double assassinations in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how we're feeling about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm still pretty hopeful that the game's going to be really solid. But you know, it's up in the air. At the end of the day, it's Ubisoft. You know, it's either hit, miss, or miss. So you know, something could be good out of it. Y'all got any opinions on Shadows?
No,
okay. Not yet? Okay. All right. It's coming. To be announced. So we got Dragon Ball. It's got a MOBA coming out. Did y'all know that?
I did not, so I read the notes, but I looked at it a little bit. That seems kind of crazy. Everyone happened. Well, not too crazy, I guess. Dragon Ball got all types of games. I guess they were bound to reach it eventually.
The MOBA scene, though, like, wouldn't you think? I would think like the MOBA scene would be kind of dead, right? I think MOBAs are. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I feel like people who play MOBAs play like the big three. You got Smite, League, and what's the other one people play? Was it Striker? You know MOBAs
Dota?
like this. Oh, Dota. Dota's one. Yeah, Dota. Yeah, I guess. I feel like everybody's kind of locked into those.
At the same time, though, I feel like it's because those games have existed for forever now.
Yeah.
And like they're the big three because there's not much MOBA competition,
There isn't.
People be starved for new games like what's that one? Predecessor, which I think is like, it's definitely not as big, but people I feel like people will love to try new things. And like the big thing here is that it's Dragon Ball. So you'll have people who've never touched a MOBA a day in their life try it out because it's a MOBA. I mean, because it's
like
Dragon
the Pokemon
Ball.
Unite scene. Literally what happened with the Pokemon Unite scene. There's tons of Pokemon fans. Everyone knows what Pokemon is. So when they announced their MOBA, like it was just almost impossible for it to fail.
Is it still going strong?
They just finished up their worlds. And Asia won.
Of course.
I mean, no. Last year, North America won. They've been holding down to the title.
America's winning shit.
Yeah, you know, we're
Nice.
not that bad at games.
Yeah, we do be wasting our lives over here.
We do.
Bro,
But
I had
I
a
mean,
thought about that one time, bro. America's probably one of the few countries where you can like have a talent for like a useless ass niche and make a whole ass living off of it.
Facts. No, that's very true. There's a crowd for everything. That's one thing about today. If you got a hobby, no matter how weird you think it is, somebody gonna watch you do it. There's a crowd for it.
Yes, sir.
Like, we got people that listen to people chew bubble gum, bro. Like,
ASMR.
it's a crowd
Love
for it.
that.
So if you
Hey
make some
guys,
content,
you wanna listen to me eat this food? Not watch. You wanna listen to me eat this food?
and they get up close to the mic too and everything.
oh my god.
You can hear
Hey,
that.
what we doing?
Hear the taste on that
Okay, right? What we doing?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Dragon Ball is called the code name for it is Dragon Ball Project Multi, so we don't have an official name for it, but that's the code name going on. We don't have an announcement date on it yet, but we got a lot of Dragon Ball fans in the world. I'm pretty sure this game will have at least a solid launch, so it's got a fighting chance, you know. So I mean, the graphics seem kind of cheesy, but
and if you are interested, I know they had a little play test where creators go down and tried it, so there is gameplay on YouTube and stuff for you to look at, probably.
There is gameplay. I'm looking at these towers. These towers look kind of. I mean, if it's free, why not? Right? It's always a why not.
Right. Yeah.
But getting into some upcoming games, we got the return, of course. It's annually, you know it. 2K25 coming.
Ooh.
2K25 is here.
It's here, yeah.
It's here, not coming. It's here. It's here.
You already lost him. He's gone.
You know, it's bringing back the city. Yeah, y'all heard it. It's bringing back the city. You can live out your dreams in the city on 2K25.
I sure about 2K to be a rapper. That's definitely what I wanted.
Why wouldn't you? You know, they got to captivate the black audience in 2K. You know, they got to. Not only that, Madden 25 is out, and of course, everybody knows you can transfer your NCAA character over to Madden 25, and you can live out your not only your college dreams on the college football, but you can live out your NFL dreams on Madden. Let's go ahead and pick up both of them. It's immersive, man. It's like the MCU of football. You know what I'm saying? It's just connected. You know, bad analogy, but whatever. I'm not giving too much love to 2K. Terrible analogy, fuck it. We got some Game Pass updates before we get back into some more of this discussions. We got some Asian Mythology Retold is coming September 4th. We got Expeditions of Mud Runners coming September 5th. We got Riders Republic September 11th, and we got Train Simulator World 5. I know everybody's hyped for that coming September 17th. Right? And that's all going to be on the Game Pass. Rolls off the tongue, baby. Train Simulator World 5. I didn't even know there was a 4, 3, 2, 1, but we got a 5.
That's just that world.
Right?
Man, that's just global. That's crazy.
I want to try it, actually. I ain't gonna lie to you. Damn. We got
another game that came out recently was the casting of Frank Stone, which is by Supermassive, you know, the guys, Until Dawn guys and all that. It's horror. It's a horror, interactive story that is within the Dead by Daylight universe. All original cast, so none of the Dead by Daylight characters, but it is set in that universe. So it's a little collab between them two. If you like Supermassive games, maybe check it out. I haven't had time to look into gameplay reviews enough to know too much about it or how good it is, but that is something that is out if you are interested.
Oh, they made the Dark Pictures too. Oh, they made good games.
And they're also remaking Until Dawn October 4th.
Oh, I can't wait to play that on a remake. Oh god.
Like the original?
I played the original, but I don't remember it too much. That's the crazy part. Like, it's like bits and pieces. That's why I really want to play it again.
It's crazy how that's still considered like king of that genre, and it came out in like 2012, so like nothing's dethroned it. Yeah,
my sister loves it too. I gotta tell her they're making a remake. She's gonna like be so ecstatic about that. But the casting of Frank Stone, I didn't know this was. Is this out already?
Yes.
Yeah, it just came out.
It recently came out a day or two ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Hold on, I might have added to my list. Hold on now. Steam, where you at? The casting.
it's $40.
40?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a demo too on Steam for everybody who wants to just try it. Go ahead. Ooh. This is like a horror genre run?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Massive bout.
Yeah. Okay, bet. Let me get that on my wish list. Cool. Well, got the cast of Frank Stone over there by the developers over Supermassive Games. Perfect. All right, we got a little bit of tech news. I'm gonna just kind of, I'm not even gonna go deep into the tech news. Look, everybody, we got the Apple event coming September 9th. Instead of me going through the rumors, we're just gonna cover it. I'll cover it a little bit as I watch the event next week, or actually that's in a few days. That's next Tuesday, I think. So next week here on the summit, you'll hear about the new Apple products that'll be releasing. But just for a little sum down, you're gonna get the iPhone 16, you're gonna get new watches, you're gonna get a new AirPod 4, and you're gonna get Apple Intelligence, whatever. So nothing really crazy. We do have some PS5 Pro leaks. They're in. People are complaining about the design, but the specs, I mean, not looking too crazy of a bump. I mean, it's a half step upgrade, so it's not really nothing too crazy. They're gonna throw a bunch of these fancy words at y'all that's gonna make y'all get excited, like, oh my god, they're probably gonna advertise 4K 120 that you'll never see, but in some limited game that's very optimized for that console that they're only gonna make for that console is gonna be a Sony exclusive. It's gonna be able to reach it, but they're going to throw the words at you anyway. But we're looking at for the disc edition. If you're still buying disc editions of consoles, shame on you. You hate the environment. But it's going to be $699.99, and the rumors are for the digital edition is going to be $599.99. These for the PS5 Pro. So yeah, that's what we got.
$599.
$599.99 for the digital edition. Yes, sir. You heard that correct.
And then $699 for a CD.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Extra $100 on top of the extra $100
in there for the shit, So.
Extra $100 on top. Wait a second.
Extra $100 on top of the extra $100 that it would cost for a PS5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just for a disc edition. Yeah.
And this is a PS5 Pro, huh?
It's PS5 Pro. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the packing? What's the specs like?
Yeah,
what type of performance are you gonna see increase?
Actually, that's a great question because this article just has the pricing, but I know we called some of the specs on the rumors months ago on the pod. Well, let me try and double check some rumors. So it's saying it can have a huge GPU upgrade. So it's saying 7700-ish and faster RT ray tracing, I guess is roughly as powerful as a Radeon RX 5700. I guess they're saying. Well, no, that's what the PS5 has. I guess they're saying it's an RX 7700. They're comparing it to. I'm not AMD, so I don't really know all that stuff. They're saying 4K 60 frames per second. It could be powerful enough to render games at 4K 60. So this is all it could. We're still getting hard times rendering games at 1080 60 or 1440 60, and they're advertising 4K 60. I would some TikToker made a solid point. I would very much have games really focus on like having a consistent 1080 60 or a 1440 60 than trying to push 4K. Like, I mean, a lot of people aren't really playing this shit on 4K. Definitely not playing on 4K monitors like that. A majority of people are still playing games on 1080p monitors. So I think the focus should still be trying to get consistent frame rates at that, because no one wants to play in quality mode and look at how choppy games are in quality mode. Like, nobody wants to play that. If you say you do, you're lying. I'm not even gonna fucking play with it. Like, people are like, oh no, I like how beautiful it. No, you're lying. You don't want to play that shit. It shit looks choppy. It looks nasty. You can't even, like, the amount of action these games have these days, you can't probably play games at 30 anymore. People are like, oh, but you did it back in the day. Well, these were games that weren't as, action packed as we're playing now. Like, everything's so like fluid these days. You just can't play games at 30. So, but that's what it's saying. It's saying the CPU will only get like a relatively minor upgrade. Currently the PS5 uses a Zen 2 processor. and the Pro's CPU isn't expected to be any more powerful than that. So no, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not seeing any major upgrades to the PS5 Pro like that. So I don't see a real incentive on buying it unless you don't have a PS5 currently. Or you're just like, hey, I got money, fuck it, I'll buy a PS5 Pro, then that's fine, I guess. But if you're like, yeah, right. But if you got a PS5 and you're like, hey, the PS5 Pro is coming out, and you know, I would put that towards something else versus. I mean, we're talking $700, bro. Like, you can start building a PC for that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like 4K 60, bro. Like, we not trying to. No, we're not putting $700 towards 4K 60. That's not happening. But it's rumored to release December 6th. With an announcement within this month, actually. So
getting them boys for Christmas.
Oh yeah. Got to. You know they're gonna have some additions coming out with that thing too. Probably gonna have a little Assassin's Creed edition coming out with that.
So parents put this on layaway.
Immediately. We gonna put off on rent a little bit, baby, this month. Get this PS5 Pro for you know. But yeah, leaks are in for that. That's what we got going on there. Want to bring it back to Concord. Concord, as you guys know, released about how long ago was that? 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, released about 2 weeks ago.
Concord's release?
Yeah,
when was that long ago?
Damn.
Damn, that's how much you know. That's how worthwhile it was to notice, huh?
Damn, didn't even get. I don't even think it got enough time mentioned on the podcast. It's so new. Regardless, it's being shut down September 6th, like we mentioned earlier today. It'll be shut down at the release of this episode. You won't be able to. No one will be able to play it. No one will be able to buy it. They've issued refunds to everybody who has purchased the content. I just kind of wanted to talk about what could have went better with this game, you know. Instead of beating it down, we'll beat it down. But instead of beating it down right now, what could have went better with this game to prevent its failure? Y'all got any comments on that?
I think for one, see, that's the thing about the marketing though. I mean, it had, you're right, the marketing wasn't the best for it, but it did actually have marketing. I think the problem was that they wanted to make, you know, like another hero shooter clone, because that's what was hot in the time while they were developing this, right? But they went about it the wrong way, right? Because like Overwatch, for example, when Overwatch first came out, there wasn't a huge focus on story at all. It was all gameplay, right? But then as people got into the game, then they started to care about the story, and so them expanding on the story became a really good idea. With Concord, they went about it the opposite way. Like, the focus of Concord was the story, but who gave a fuck? Why would I give a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know these people, these generic ass looking characters, these random looking characters. Like, none of them, like, you know, I had no reason to care for them up front, right? So that was one. Like all the commercials and ads for damn, I said commercials, dog. We're old. All the ads for Concord were about the story, and it's like, bro, who cared? They didn't even show actual gameplay or nothing like that, or any reason why you should buy and play the game. It was just like all story, and it's like, why would I care? And then even in the beta, I remember in the beta, every day they had a new cutscene automatically play for you when you launched the game, and I skipped all of them bitches because why would I care? I'm not here for that. I don't even know these people. You know, like, this is generally before you even know their names or anything. You don't know these people, you know? So I feel like they went about it the wrong way. They really wanted people to focus and invest in the story, but, like, I gotta love the game first. It's a game first, you know what I mean? Yeah. Unless it's, like, even if it's, it's always a game first, you know? And I feel like they went about it the wrong way. And then because of that, like, there was no heart in the game, no soul in it. Like, when I played it, none of the characters really poked out to me in terms of, like, personality and even I'd say, like, well, their gameplay is very unique from character to character, but it just didn't feel very good to play, you know. And that's just another thing. It just felt empty, felt like a shell, felt like a clone, you know. It didn't really feel like something like a game they really put heart into. Maybe they put heart into the story, but dude, we ain't gonna see it now.
Oh no, we're not gonna see it now. Rain, you had something to say?
I just said marketing. That was it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Sony really kind of fumbled it when it came. Like if you're putting $200+ million into a product over 8 years, I think you would think that someone like Sony would try and like back you for your advertisements and your marketing and everything like that. We really didn't hear about this game until the beta. Like I honestly did not hear about this game really enough I really didn't hear about this game enough until maybe like a week before the beta launched. And then by the time the beta launched, like that's when everybody knew like, hey, this game would be $40. That was kind of a red flag. I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker, right? Because we've seen people purchase $40 content for stuff like this. Like we've seen it in Helldivers. Obviously, Helldivers kind of, dropped like a rock, later on in the months. But we've seen people purchase it, right? So we know the potential is there. I think really what they did wrong with this game is one, it's kind of I'm gonna put a lot of the blame on the gamers too, right? Because one, a lot of people didn't try the beta. I didn't try the beta, so this whole everything I'm about to say is just based off everything that I've seen of it and everything I've heard. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but this is how I'm logically thinking about it. It was a big red flag they didn't market it. Two, it was a red flag to make this game $40. I think if they would have made it free, they would have had a lot better turnout. Three, my third reason for the fail of this game, I'm going to put that on the player base, because here's what happened with Concord. A lot of people, I think there was one dude who kind of sparked an entire conversation. He sparked an entire movement about this. I think he was on Twitter or Twitch or something. He dropped like a really bad review of the game and everybody ran with it. That was it. Because if you look at the peak players, I think it only peaked at like 600 something, maybe 1,000, maybe. I don't even think it peaked at 1,000 all-time players. So that tells me a lot of people didn't play the game, right? But it's got thousands of reviews. And so it's like, a lot of people made comments about the game based off of one person's perspective. Let's base it like of a small community of perspective. And so when that happened, it snowballed. A lot of people saw these bad reviews of the game and they didn't want to try it. And now that the game's 40, you're definitely a little turned off because you got to pay, right? Now you're seeing bad things about the game. You're like, oh, I'm definitely not going to play it. So it kind of got a downfall from there once players were just like, oh, well, it seems like it sucks. I'm not even going to try it. And then a lot of those people would go, oh no, this game is ass, even though they haven't tried it, And so by then, no one's going to try your game. I think that part, like that factor, becomes a little bit, it's a little bit mitigated when your game's free, because there's more incentive to actually try it. Like we've seen games where people try to bash, but since it's free, people hop on and they tend to end up liking it, right? This game didn't really give you that chance because you're like, well, I'm not going to invest $40 of my money into a game that I might not even like based off what I'm reading. So I think a really big downfall of this game was its price. And honestly, I don't think they should have shut it down. I honestly think, like we were talking about earlier, I think they should have just like returned everybody's money or put it into in-game currency. And then like made the game free. I really don't think they should have shut it down, because from what I'm seeing online, like it had potential. Like it had a lot of potential. There is a crowd who genuinely liked Concord, even though it was short-lived. I really think they should have just converted that game and made it free and learned from their mistakes from there. But I guess they closed up shop and they said, hey, we're taking it off the shelves immediately. We apologize and we're gonna learn next time, And I just think that's a really big, like I hate to see that for the developers, because I know they worked hard on those games, but at the same time it's just, I feel the ball was really dropped on that one, man. Like if you're making a live service game these days, there's so many live service games out there that are free or with majority of their content free or with an accessible amount of content that's free, base game wise, that it's just really risky introducing that type of genre to the market and making people pay for it, because that's not what we're used to seeing these days, So I don't know, it's a risk. Like you said, it can be done. People will purchase it, but that's really lucky. Like we only seen it with Helldivers because of a trend. Like we fell for it. I bought that shit because it was trending on TikTok. I ain't gonna lie, it got me. I touched that. I think I have like 16 hours put into Helldivers, maybe less, maybe 7 into Helldivers, and I didn't touch it from there on. So we've seen it possible, people will buy it, but what's going to hold your retention? If think it's a lot easier to hold retention of player base if games are free and then you're constantly pushing out content from there, because they had plans on keeping this game alive. Like they had plans on they were talking about seasonal updates, they were talking about the stuff they were going to bring. I even think they even had like weekly content available for like different cutscenes for their characters every week. So they were working hard on the game. Like you can tell they were like very passionate about putting content out to its players, but they just didn't get any players. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on Concord. I think when it comes down to it, overall, in summary, they should have just kept this game free. I think they gave up on it a little too quick. But hey, maybe there's some other stuff that maybe they just didn't want to even invest in it anymore from there. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to take any more loss and they just said, hey, we'll just cut our ties and just like cut it out right now. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. Striker would have more expertise in that matter, but that's just my opinion on it. Striker, that's a good question though. Striker, what would you do if you were in that situation? If you're awake.
Yeah, I mean, put your losses. Like honestly, I mean, we've seen it with several games, with other games that came out like the day before.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I don't know, man. Day before didn't even work. Can we call that a game?
Yeah, that shit didn't even work.
Yeah, you know. But when it did,
That's right. You took an L. We all do it from time to time.
This one worked.
Sometimes you'll have a great idea for a game, you know, and you'll have a lot of content and like vision for this game, but like you got to really understand like the team you have and like the amount of resources you can actually put out for the game and the time. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. It's how much time you have to develop it and when you're trying to push it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People hate when you overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Overall, it's a very risky environment, field of work to be in. But yeah, that's what we got. I swear, y'all, we wrapping up soon. We just got a lot. There's a lot on the table today. Just to kind of like brush this off a little bit, we got some movie and TV updates for those of you who watch Outer Banks like myself. Season 4 is on the way. I think part 1 drops October 10th. Part 2 drops November 7th. I gotta say, I'm very tired of Netflix. I hated this trend. COVID started this shit of like parts of seasons. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like ever since that shit started, it's not going away. You know, and I hate that they're stretching shit too much. But whatever. We got 2 parts of 1 season coming out for Outer Banks season 4. I watched the trailer. I guess they're trying to restart with a new antagonist or whatever. I don't know. It looked like Outer Banks. I don't think this season's going to be better than the last ones, but I'll watch it and see. I'm a big Outer Banks fan. Netflix announced a Vince McMahon docuseries. I'm not gonna lie, I finally saw the trailer for this today. I think I dropped it in the chat. It looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie. This one's probably gonna be on the top charts of Netflix. It describes basically. It's like 6 parts. It's a docuseries that expands over 6 parts of highlighting Vince McMahon. It's got over 200 hours of interviews of Vince McMahon before his sexual assault scandals. For all of you who don't know, Vince McMahon was the chairman and CEO of like was it TFO, TFK, who basically owns WWE and shit like that. And so he resigned due to some sexual scandals and allegations, and I think it got taken over by Triple H or whatever. I'm not too caught up in it. Don't quote me on that, but it's in his family still. So apparently, like major WWE superstars and a lot of journalists who were involved in the scandal are in the docuseries. In the trailer, we saw The Rock, we saw John Cena, we saw like Roman Reigns. There was like and a lot of footage on Vince McMahon, and then I think it leads up into actual like what he was going through during the time of the sexual assault. So I think it's gonna be a great docuseries. It's really gonna like deep dive into like Vince McMahon and who he was as a person, his success and his downfall. So that's coming out later this month, I believe. I think it's October something. I'll have a correct date on you probably later. I'll look it up, but it's later this month. Netflix already dropped the trailer for it and it's looking really good. We have a series reboot with Scarlett Johansson for Jurassic World Rebirth. That's dropping July 2nd, 2025. This is going to be 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion.
Has anyone actually like kept up with all the Jurassic Park movies?
I have watched every
I think I'm pretty
I
proud
knew
of
Rain would. Yeah, he like dinosaurs.
I've seen every single one. I'm not gonna lie. I do love the Jurassic Park thing, and I like the way Kingdom, ended. But I didn't want to cut you off. My bad.
No, the floor is yours. You know more about that than me.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
shit
think the
about that.
last one I watched was New World. It was the one with the Indominus Rex. I just probably pronounced that all types of wrong, but yeah, it sounds like a kid. Yeah, Indominus Rex. Sounds like a kid came up with that name. No, man, it's kind of dope.
That's the one with when Goldblum came back, yeah.
It comes back in damn near all of them, but sure, it's the first one with Chris Pratt in it. I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was just Jurassic World.
Nah,
because I saw that one.
That's that one. That's that one.
Okay.
Not bad. Not Goldblum. I mean the guy that originally started the series, the old white
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nah, this is how many Jurassic Worlds are there? Because I remember I only saw World, the first one. There's 3 of them already.
I was pretty sure there was 2.
Jurassic World series. I might have to rewatch those again. Okay, so there's Jurassic World.
The last one that came out, right?
And Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Okay.
Wow, so I'm only behind one. Okay.
Yeah. So
that should be the most recent one that came out.
Yeah. So,
I like the ending and what they kind of did with that one, but yeah.
So they're calling this Jurassic World 4, and I guess.
And this one, it's not really a park anymore because, like, the way they left off with the series, like the dinosaurs are coexisting with humans now.
Yeah, that's weird. That's fucking crazy.
They're not murking us.
They kind of are because there were T-Rexes walking through cities.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
I would call that coexisting. Then.
Hell no.
They stop at stop signs.
They're the primates now on this bitch.
They alive. You alive.
That's a poor example of coexistence, boy.
Hey, what if they make a Jurassic in Planet of the Apes crossover? That'd be kind of interesting. I ain't gonna lie. They eat them all, but
I was about to say, I mean, I think that ends poorly for them. They ain't beating them unless they get King Kong aside with them at that point. Just throw the whole kaijus in there.
Think about it though. The apes got a better chance than the humans as far as in Jurassic World because the apes are physically stronger than them and as smart as them. So I mean, than humans. They're physically stronger than humans and smarter than humans. So they got a better fighting chance of fighting dinosaurs than they do. Yeah, I would say they're as smart or more intelligent than some of the higher tier apes are more intelligent than humans in those.
Talking about Caesar.
Was Caesar the only really smart one?
Yeah.
Really? I thought they were all kind of like evolving, talking and shit.
They weren't. I mean, there were certain ones that were smarter than the rest, just like humans. You know what I mean? Everybody's not as smart as us.
Yeah.
Hey, can attest. I've met some dumbasses in my life.
Some dumbass.
It amazes me, bro. You always think you can't meet anyone dumber, but holy, you'd be surprised.
Remember Gaddy?
Hey, Gaddy, go look up at the cell. Gaddy, what you doing? I'm looking for the signal.
Boy, rock, man.
Some crazy ass shit.
Hey, man. Golly, I met some rocks, man.
Man,
some rocks.
Oh man.
God, but yeah. So I mean, how you feeling about the Scarlett Johansson? This is a reboot, I guess. It's a reboot, a series reboot, I guess. But I guess Scarlett, she loves the series. Apparently, she's always wanted to play in a movie. So I guess she's going to be the main lead.
Everyone's always wanted to play in a movie.
Love to hear
right. All right. Oh yeah. It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Mm-hmm.
It might not.
All you have to do is say something. You don't know what
to do with ask. Damn it. Oh man. We got the first looks at Marvel's Born Again series and the Thunderbolt series. We haven't had any trailers for them, but we got the first look. I see a Minecraft movie in here. I haven't checked this article out for real, but it's there. I didn't even know they were making a Minecraft movie, but apparently it was announced more than 10 years ago, and they're finally dropping it. So, yeah. Are y'all going to go watch a Minecraft movie?
Hell no. But we got someone in the server that will.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Somebody will do it. It looks so stupid, I'm not going to lie to you. Looking at the trailer, kids are going to watch it. This shit going to make $1 billion. I'm going to tell you right now.
100%.
This shit going to make $1 billion.
Who's playing Steve?
I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Jack Black's playing Steve.
Jack
Is it him?
Black?
Minecraft movie. That's what you guys talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Momoa's in it.
Steve?
Yeah, Jack Black, Steve. Jason Momoa's in it. Emma Myers is in it. Daniel Brooks is in it. Oh shit. They got a cast in this thing. Steve Carell. Oh shit.
Got a cast. Huh?
Oh, that's kind of scary though, because like usually if a movie like has to give you a new superstar cast like that, is for a reason.
Ass.
That's like I ain't gonna cap that. Like
Hey.
I usually, like that's usually like a warning sign when they had a superstar
It
cast.
is.
For real.
It comes out April 4th, 2025. Yeah, this by Warner Bros. Yeah, this is gonna make $1 billion. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's gonna be one of them Barbie movies again.
Make who?
Bro. $1 billion. It's gonna make $1 billion.
What?
Dollars.
I mean, well, there are a lot of kids, and
There's
then
a lot
if
of
the
kids
kid
love
goes,
Minecraft.
they have to take their whole family. The
They
whole
got
family
to.
gotta go.
Are you
Got
talking
to.
about Minecraft?
Minecraft, the movie. Yes, we talking about the game that still got
$1 billion.
millions of players today.
Minecraft,
billion.
$1 billion.
If not more. Yeah.
You mean the game that Speed and Kai just played?
Yeah. Don't let them do a marathon again as soon as the movie come out. Don't let them do it.
109 million, if that.
You said 100 million?
109 mil, if that.
We talking about we talking about the same people. This gonna be the same crowd that went to see Barbie, Rain. We talking about this crowd.
I hear you.
That's why I said it's gonna make $1 billion.
Crowd.
We talking about Minecraft.
Women flock to see Barbie because it's Barbie. Like
kids are gonna flock to see
Barbie.
Minecraft. It's Jack
Yeah,
Black.
but like women they drag their boyfriends, their husbands, their brothers, and then also like I saw a lot of guys like I don't know if they were generally excited for Barbie, but they came out dripped in pink and all that, and like my personal perspective was like, damn, I've never been a fan of Barbie. I don't know why I'd go see the movie. That was me, but hey, a lot of dudes went out and supported just for the sake of supporting it.
They did.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I mean, that's why it was up there. Remember, they called that weekend Barbenheimer, bro.
Barbenheimer.
Like, it was up there with Oppenheimer. That is insane.
Crazy. And Oppenheimer was definitely the superior movie. That was wild to me. But hey, and that same Barbie crowd was like, why would I watch a 3-hour movie? But you go watch 2 hours of Barbie, bro. What are they doing in this movie, bro? What are we talking about?
Women when they saw that movie. The niggas that was out there wearing pink, we ain't gonna disclose what they is on the podcast. But y'all niggas when they saw Barbie,
look good out there.
Y'all when they saw Barbie?
Nah.
I ain't gonna see Barbie.
So what the fuck are we talking about? But anyway,
I mean, I remember like when that weekend, my social media page was filled with Oppenheimer and Barbie. And it's crazy when something like that reaches your For You pages or whatever, and for a fact you're not interested. Like, most of my shit I see on my feed is like, okay, I see why my feed would show me that, but showing you shit that it's not your thing, that shit, it's just popping like that, and Barbie was one of them.
That shit was trended for sure. I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, I don't think, like, Minecraft's not about to receive that same treatment like y'all think.
Hey, I hope. Well, right now the reviews are like, "Hey, the Minecraft trailer ruined my week. The trailer is horrible. This is horrifying." So right now it's getting some really bad press.
The first thing I read was a reminder: Minecraft movie is not for you.
It's allegedly for kids, but I don't think them kids gonna go see it.
I don't underestimate the power them kids got, man.
And
they didn't change the game industry, bro.
Roblox movie.
Oh God.
Kill the world.
Oh God, that's gonna break the internet.
Be
whoever working on that right now, hey, that boy about to get promotion.
Yeah, bro.
Is that a Roblox movie? Let's do it. All right, bet. Other than that, we have Joker 2. The reviews are in for Joker 2, and they're horrible. IGN, I want to quote. I want to paraphrase. I want to paraphrase what IGN said about Joker 2, and they said that the movie focuses too much on its main character, which is the Joker, and they said that was a negative thing. I guess because Lady Gaga's in the movie, she's supposed to be like she's supposed to be the main character now, Harley Quinn. So like I guess since a woman is in the movie now, she's supposed to take the spotlight, and they're not supposed to put any emphasis on Joaquin Phoenix. So I guess that's where that review came from. IGN trying to run more narratives. So that's that. But yeah, I'm in disagreement. Before we close, I'm in disagreement with the whole movies getting a review. Like that movie comes out next month, literally in 30 days, and we already have like all these reviews posted for it. We got Metacritics, we got Rotten Tomato scores, we got all this stuff, which obviously people like us don't care about, but some people actually read that stuff at that level, and they make decisions based off that. And I don't agree with reviews being out that early for movies. Like, why are we? When was the last time you even saw that? Like, I don't remember movie reviews getting released this early. Like 3 weeks, I can see 2, but I mean 4 weeks. Like really, 4? Have y'all ever seen that?
New age though, I guess.
I just don't remember. Like right now, it's sitting at 6.2. IMDb is sitting at 60% Rotten Tomatoes and like 54 on Metacritic. But 86% of users like this movie. So I don't know. This is why we don't trust reviews. But you know, and I don't know who the 86% of users liking this movie is because it's not out yet. I mean, maybe they just obviously they had a showcase for people to sit and watch, but
they just know it's gonna be good, bro. It's like how Striker be doing Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Movie of the Year, Oscar. But yeah. Y'all got anything on Joker 2? Are y'all going to see it still?
Of course, I'm gonna see it.
Cool.
You know?
Cool.
I'm like, yeah. I wish I got to see it a month earlier. I ain't got no
Right?
opinion right now.
Well, invite us, damn it. Shit. We'll give a review.
Yeah. Let me take IGN spot.
Facts. Write some real articles. Damn it. We actually before we close, actually no. I mean, what are y'all thinking about we'll highlight the streamer awards. Who won the streamer awards last week or 2 weeks ago? Or no, it was last week.
I forgot her. I haven't looked up her name.
River GG.
Rivers. Yeah, some
Yep.
Rivers. Let me see.
Apparently, people were upset about that because Kai or I Show Speed didn't win that one, and they ran the numbers, and numbers just didn't add up for the winner. So, guess we don't need to dive really into a discussion with that. We're really on a long episode here, but that's what we got. I don't have any save rounds. If y'all don't have any save rounds,
I think I'm unloaded
twice. And wrapping up this episode, we want to thank everyone who made it this far in today's show. All we ask for your appreciation for you to spread the love by sharing the podcast with a friend. Why you gotta go ahead and drop us a 5-star rating on the supporting platforms. This will help the algorithm promote our show, which helps us with bringing in new listeners. Do not forget that if you want to reach out and keep up with us, you can always find us over at our Discord server at discord.gg/thesummit. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. And as always, we will see y'all next week. Peace.
R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan.
R.I.P.